It's all kicking off in Blackpool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always kicking up in Blackpool when I'm around.
I mean, it's unusual for Blackpool to be sunny, but you always say it's kicking off in Blackpool.
It's become a bit of a thing, yeah, one of my sayings, yeah.
So can you take me? I didn't realise you were down there actually. Do you know what? Today I'm going to get Stephen from A Walk on the Wild Side here in Blackpool to take me to a place in Blackpool where it does all kick off, which is Central Drive, and then we're going to go and have some breakfast as well. Now, the breakfast place that we're going to eludes me for the moment, so what's it called?
I think it's called the Peppermill.
Oh, the Peppermill, there we go. I think is there a Peppermill in Las Vegas as well? I'm pretty sure there is a Peppermill in Las Vegas. It won't be the same as in Blackpool though. I'm sure Blackpool will be miles better. Anyway, first off, we're going to take a walk. We're going to take you guys with us, and we're going to go to a place where it's all kicking off. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's just really a job. Click the little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. Now, without further ado, my friends, let's go. Right, I can't see anything kicking off at the moment, so what I want to do is I want to get like jumped upon and tried to be, you know, and confronted. We need some action, something that will push this video out to YouTube. It
has been a bit quiet so far, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, with little signs, you know, with the graffiti and everything, that this is, you know, a little bit
rubbish on the floor and stuff like that.
Yeah,
by the way, moved after that. Was on the floor. I did move it, didn't I? Put it in the bin.
Yeah, put it in the bin.
Put it in the bin, even though it wasn't my rubbish. Before anybody starts. Anyway, we're going to head off. Hopefully, get this breakfast. We are going to go down Central.
We're going to go down Central Drive.
Yeah, and over there, by the way, there's a lot of stuff closed down. There's a new bus depot over there for electric buses. You've got electric buses in Blackpool.
They're getting electric buses next year, yeah.
And then over there, you've got your cinema that's closed down. Blackpool has no cinema now. What's all that about?
Well, we have the Odeon just over here, which is where the old rugby ground used to be, Borough Park. And they closed it down 6 months ago, and we were supposed to have a new cinema in town opening, but it's been delayed for a year, so we're not going to have a cinema for about a year.
You're just going to have to look at the sights and look at the sea, and that's all you can do. Yeah. Either that, or just head over and watch Walk on the Wild Side. Right, come on, let's go and see if there's any action. Right, so we're heading now towards Central Drive, and this is where things get a bit gritty, isn't it? Where things are kicking off.
It can kick off around here, yeah.
Let's antagonise somebody and then get them to kick off for the video. Actually, no, it seems pretty quiet today, but we'll take a walk down. You get a good shot of the tower as well. And over here, the Odeon, look, they've actually knocked out the back of it. There we go. So I don't know what that's going to be. Something sad about seeing a cinema in decay and decline. You get the distant sounds of ba 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 ba, and you remember, and then in Westler's hot dogs in the foyer now. Oh, cinemas actually were better years ago.
Yeah, I remember Blackpool used to have quite a lot of cinemas, you know, back in the olden days. I mean, probably the ABC and the Odeon, the original Odeon that was in town, which is now Funny Girls. At least that building is still there. But the ABC, which was turned into the Syndicate nightclub when it was last being used, is gone. It's just a car park.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I love cinemas, and I think you should support your local cinema. But I like the one in Leeds. I'm trying to think which one it is. I think it might be the View, is it, or something? One that's it's a lot cheaper anyway. And I go on a Saturday with Sarah and the kids. But back in the day, it was, you've got the lady who come round with the, what was she called? What was she called? It's gone. What was the lady who come round? With the ice creams, the usher, that's it. And they'd come round, and you'd also have the video. You'd have a film before the film, like a little.
It took ages before the film. You kept getting bombarded with like little movies and adverts and all that, so trying to sell you everything, before you watch the film. Yeah. I
remember going to see Superman, the original Superman with Clark Kent, with Christopher Reeve, and it was fantastic. And that was down at the original cinema in, well, I think there was one before that, the cinema in Mansfield that's now a church or a snooker place or something. But my dad took me to watch that, and also Star Wars, etc., and it was brilliant. And then I went to watch Never Say Never Again with Sean Connery, and there was a film on before it that I've tried to search for. It was called Superstitious Man. But anyway, this is not getting us breakfast, and it's not getting us mugged or anything, is it? So come on, come on, onwards. So I've got the smashed windows up there. It's getting a bit gritty now. So what's this building?
It is a little bit. This is the old Central Club here on Kent Road in Blackpool, and it was a proper social club back in the old days. Massive building, but the last time it was in the news, it was actually being used to grow as a grow house.
Well, yeah, we won't mention anything else. We'll just say that. They don't do a full English breakfast in there, though, do they?
Probably not, no.
Right, oh. What I say then is, come on, onwards, let's run for it. Right, so we're on Central Drive. Pawnbrokers, a good butchers, to be fair, really good butchers.
They've got nice butchers back there. They have got some nice shops along here, in amongst all some of the, well, not so nice shops, and the ones that are all closed down.
A lot of barbers as well. What have we got here? Groceries, smoke pipes or something like that is. Got the old police station anywhere?
We can see the old police station. Oh, there's another club over there, the Brunswick Club, another social club. Well, that one's still open.
Is it?
Yeah.
Social clubs, they're a thing of the past now, aren't they? Used to be the hive of activity at one time.
We're just coming up to some old toilets now, underground toilets as well, which were closed down a long time ago. And, well, there's a few stories to tell about that place, but we'll leave it.
We'll leave that one for now. Is this underground toilets?
Yeah, underground
toilets. In London,
yeah.
There are some underground toilets, and they've actually made them into a bar. I think one of them I did a video on. It's called the Public. I can't remember what it was. But, what's it called? What do we call them? Public
convenience.
Public convenience. I think that's what it was. But look at this.
The thing about Blackpool, we had quite a lot of underground toilets in Talbot Square. We had some underneath the promenade, and what they've done with those is they've ended up filling them in.
Right,
and they could have done that, couldn't they? They could have turned them into like a bar or something like that. So,
yeah.
I mean, these ones at the moment have all been closed off, but they probably will end up filling them in, I think.
So you can see down here, then, this is where you went down. Have a look down here. Right, well, we did have a little bit of action. Didn't catch it on camera, but there was a woman down there with a tin of lager in her hand, and she's shouting up to the window, saying, if you don't open up, I'll call the, and then beeping, police. And then they let her in, so that was it. That was basically the end of what was kicking off there. But it was starting to kick off. We were getting hopeful.
Anyway. We have seen a couple of beer monsters anyway.
Yeah. Beer, tins of beer in their hand at 10:30 in the morning. Although I was told yesterday at Wetherspoons that anything from 5 AM in the morning in Blackpool is acceptable.
Yeah.
It's not out of the realm.
Yeah.
And also, it's just between 4 AM and 5 AM when people tend not to have a drink here. Other than that, it's anything goes. Anyway, this is not getting us bent sausages, is it?
No.
I reckon it's going to be a catering sausage today.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? But you never know. We could be in for a surprise.
Because the one that we went to, the other one, the Compass, was in the frying pan that we did. If you've not seen that, have a look back. It was a fantastic breakfast. And I was going to be a bit selfish. I was going to say, let's just go there again, but it's pointless. You've got to film something different. So that was the compass. Anyway, come on, onwards. Do you know what? I'm not leaving. Normally I'll walk off and leave the camera behind, but I ain't doing it here. Right, here you go. You know you're in Blackpool when you can have stink bombs, exploding pens, lighted coins, etc. Blue sweets, they're the kind that leave your mouth all blue. Fart sweets, I don't need them, mushy peas. Boobs, bellies and bums, well, we're going to have man boobs with all the fish and chips that are eating, and bellies and a huge bum. Whips, cuffs and chains, I'm not sure about what they are. Walnut whips, I have no idea. Makeup and hairsprays. They're a bit sensible, the last ones, aren't they? Anyway, it's a lovely place around here, isn't it? Anyway, come on, onwards. Right, now this is a nice hotel. They have vacancies. They've got a late bar. It's called the Smuggler's Rest. Looks a lovely place. Nice net curtains. And I reckon for the night, you know, what do you reckon this would cost for the night to stay here?
I don't know, 20 quid or something?
20 quid? It looks lovely. Have a little closer look yourself. Now, the Novello, right? I've actually stayed here many moons ago. I think must have been about 13, 14 years ago with an old mate of mine. And the breakfast was really good. We had bed and breakfast. There's no vacancies, so that's a good sign. And it was all right. I think at the time it was like £9 or something, or £11 each with breakfast. But the selling point was the Sunny Lounge, which was like basically the front room with a tiny little room and jigsaws in it. But people like to do jigsaws in Blackpool. There's lots of jigsaws, isn't there?
Yeah.
Have you got a walk on the wild side jigsaw?
Well, you never know.
You should do.
Might bring one out sometime.
There you go. If you want his calendar, by the way, he is an excellent photographer, brilliant photographer. Where can they get your calendar? Come on, advertise.
Well, I'm selling it on my website. I'm also selling them locally at Happy Days Amusements. I've got them.
Yeah.
And they also have them at Raffles Chippy, which is a little bit off the beaten track, but you can get them from there. And you can also get them online as well.
Brilliant. What's your website?
StephenCheatleyphotography.co.uk.
There you go. I'll put it in the description down below. Come on, I'm starving. Hank Marvin.
Yeah, so we've got the McDonald's behind us. We're now in the town centre. We survived the beer monsters central. We just about, didn't we? We survived the beer monsters. So we're just outside the McDonald's. This is quite an interesting building because it's one of the many Art Deco buildings in Blackpool, and it's called the Edith Centre. And it's quite a nice design. Not many people look up. You just see the McDonald's and you think, I want a Big Mac. So you go into McDonald's. They don't look at the building. It's a really, really grand building.
Why is it called the Edith Centre?
I think it was named after a lady. Whoever built it had a friend or a girlfriend or wife called Edith, and he named it after her, yeah. And there you go. It's a really, really nice building.
Wouldn't have been his mistress, would it? Because he wouldn't advertise that.
It could have been, yeah. So it just goes to show, always look up when you're in Blackpool because you never know what you're going to see.
Yeah, and look down as well. Don't take your eyes off what's going on. Look down at your pockets and your wallet. Come on, onwards. Why have they got a plant pot with concrete in it, Stephen?
I think it might be something to do with maybe Blackpool Council have got an excuse that nothing grows around here because of all the wind that blows. I don't know.
So the green concrete, basically.
Yeah, I keep saying in my videos there's a lack of greenery in Blackpool. There's hardly any trees in the centre. There's no green spaces.
Tell you where all the greenery is? In basements and lofts.
Well, yeah, there's plenty of that around. Yeah, definitely.
Well, it is closed because due to staff shortages, we have unfortunately had to make the decision to close on Tuesdays until further notice. Right, my friends, so here we are inside JK's, which apparently has the best lattes in the whole of Blackpool. In fact, I'm going to say in the world. So we're going to go breakfast. Stephen's going to have the full English. We are going to add some black pudding for you there as well. You're going to have we've got jam or marmalade. What do you get with the full English on this? 1 bacon, 2 sausages, hash brown, 1 egg, mushrooms, beans, toast and butter. And then we'll add the black pudding for you as well. I think I'm going to go different this time, you know. I'm going to go off-piste because we only need to see 1 full English. I think I'm going to have a breakfast cob, which is, do you know what a cob is? Do you know what a cob is, Stephen? It's a...
Not really, no.
You don't know what a cob is? What's all that about? A bread cake?
A funny shaped roll?
A funny shaped roll. Do you know what a bread cake is? No, that's Yorkshire bread cake. What is it up here? We've got a breakfast barm, basically. It's a roll in brackets. We get 2 sausage, 2 bacon, and an egg. Some of them call it a banjo because you get it down your wrist and you end up doing that, like trying to shake the egg off. Anyway, before we go any further, take a closer look at the menu, my friends. Right, you going to taste it, Stephen?
I'll put some sugar in it first.
How many sugars?
Well,
1 sugar.
that's 2 actually. I've got 2 together.
Oh, you got 2 together there?
I think we might have to go for...
3 sugars.
They're only small, these actually.
4 sugars.
So I might have to...
You like some coffee with your sugar then?
a little bit.
Okay, here we go. Get that sugar stirred.
That actually does look really nice. Look at that on there. Wow. Who needs Costa?
Hey, there we go. Right, taste it, Stephen.
There you go. Hope it's not too hot.
The best latte in Blackpool.
Yeah, look at that, eh?
Is it good?
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm going to try it now.
Really.
I did actually used to have 3 to 4 sugars in my coffee before I met Sarah, and she said to me, you can have 1. I said, well, I'm not having any if I can't have 3 or 4. So she said, fine, you're not having any. And I lost about 7 stone. But there we go. I'm going to try this now. No sugars. I tell you what. Hey, I tell you what, it's a good coffee, that is. I like it. I like it. Right, okay, so the goods have arrived. Stephen's is there. I did ask for black pudding and the black pudding is missing. So I think they've gone to try and find where the black pudding has gone to. But first, before we go any further, take a closer look, my friends. Now we're going to get Stephen to do his thumbnail, but without that black pudding. I've got mine here. I've not done a flyover of that, but the egg there on mine's quite nice, not too yellow, not like a Haribo egg. Got the sausages on there and the bacon as well. But let's get the best part done and get Stephen to do his thumbnail. You all right?
Yeah, you're too off YouTube.
Yes. You found the black pudding, Stephen, right?
Yes, we found the black pudding.
Thumbnail.
Right, so here we go.
Ready? You got to make the noise. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can you go? Oh, ah, ooh. And look up to the camera. Oh. A bit more of a noise.
Ah, ah, ah.
I don't know why it tickles me that. But anyway, we've got HP sauce, we've got the Heinz tomato sauce in bottles, squeezy bottles. HP, by the way, I was saying it's now made in the Netherlands. Originally, I was just telling Stephen, I've probably told you before, it was originally invented in Nottingham by a butcher, and HP stands for Houses of Parliament. And when they sold this recipe over to in the Netherlands, they were going to rebrand it and take the Houses of Parliament off, and they had to tell them why it was so important to leave it on it. And Stephen didn't know that either. He was like, oh, Houses of Parliament, there you go, that's what it's for. Anyway, I'm going to get Stephen to tuck in. We've got the catering sausage on there as well. We've got the hash brown. The egg looks it's white over the top. I like that. Glazed. Got the beans there, not too runny. And you got your toast. Was that pre-buttered? No, not pre-buttered. Not pre-buttered. And we've got Lurpak butter as well, so good quality. Anyway, I think we're just going to eat it, and then we'll mark it out of 10 outside. I've got bread's nice and fresh on there as well, to be fair. Bacon looks good, not too much fat on it, so quite impressed. I think I'm going to go for brown sauce. I haven't done my thumbnail yet, have I? I need to get a little thumbnail done. I'm going to get Stephen to take over the camera in a minute and hold it while I do a thumbnail. But I think you'll be the main thumbnail on this one, Stephen. I'm going to put red and brown on. That's just sacrilege, isn't it? Only a Mansfield lad would do that. Right, here we go. So for brown sauce there.
There you go. HP sauce, Houses of Parliament. You learn something every day.
I'll just let Stephen in, I'll do it myself. Here we go. What? Listen, I'm cheating. It was getting a bit messy with all the yellow yolks dripping out, so I've resorted to a knife and fork. Not very Mansfield, really, is it, that? In one? He didn't even break the yolk. He just put it in whole. I wanted to say, got in one. Come and have a look what you could have won. Bully's special prize. Oh, I've done a lot of kneeling down. I need higher bins and stuff. I like a bin to put my camera on. Right, let's get down to business. First of all, it was £20 and 90 pence. 20 sheets 90. JK's Cafe and Grill. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was more of a fry-up. It was a standard catering sausage, whereas Compass had the butcher's sausage. It was a different kind of breakfast. From memory, and I can't remember or not, I think they had a proper fresh tomato there and a nice butcher's sausage.
Had a fresh tomato, yeah.
So it wouldn't be what I'd call a fry-up. That would be a nice English breakfast with a quality sausage and quality produce. This place here, good fry-up, very clean in there, exceptionally friendly, really, really nice. It was helping a lady out there who found it difficult to walk. Great lattes as well. egg wasn't too Haribo-like, where it was bright yellow. I'm going to go with and the bread was fresh. For mine, I didn't have the full English, obviously. I'm going to go with a 7.6.
Right. Well, I think like you, I think the service in there was really, really friendly. It wasn't the place we were originally looking to go, was it? But
No.
I think we struck gold there.
Yeah.
With JK's Cafe and Grill here on Burley Street, with the big fancy artwork thing that lights up in the at night. And yeah, I was very, very impressed, and particularly the latte. Now, I don't really drink lattes, but I haven't had that many, but I have to say that was definitely.
It was.
I think I'll be drinking a few more lattes. I think I'll be going there because
Made Costa look poor.
Yeah, it made Costa Costa too much anyway.
Cost a fortune.
Definitely better than Costa. And the breakfast itself was really, really good. It was nice, neat and tidy. Wasn't quite as much to it as what we had in the frying pan.
Yeah.
Not quite the same, but a little bit cheaper as well. So if you don't want to have like a massive breakfast like we had in the frying pan, it was fine. It was
Marked
good.
out of 10.
Very nice and neat, very well laid out. Marks out of 10. I'm going to have to say, I'm going to go with 8.5.
Good score. Good score. I think, like I say, you've got the fry up there, but then Compass is your butcher's ingredients and stuff like that. I'd use both, to be fair. Depends what you want, you know.
Yeah.
So quite impressed. This street, by the way, lots of cafes on here, and this is the place to come apparently if you want breakfast.
It is. It's like Blackpool Council made this street. They pedestrianised it and they put all this fancy light show thing up, Las Vegas style thing, to try and get people in and try and create a cafe culture. And it's not quite working to plan, but it's sort of working. You never know, it could be a long-term thing. In another 10 years, it could be absolutely buzzing down here with cafes.
There we go. Anyway, that's all from us today. Make sure you head over and subscribe to Stephen here as well, A Walk on the Wild Side. I'll put his link at the end and the description down below, and also the link to get his calendars, because he is a fantastic photographer. I'm a photographer from the old days, and this guy blows me away with photography. So there we go. Head over and have a look at his calendar. Great Christmas present. That's all from us today. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.